Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the charts behind me, which include this is actually CGC, Canopy Growth Corporation. I just recorded a video on it that I'll be putting out after the stream, so I hope you're looking forward to that. But some requests that I had for this stream were going over some of the fundamentals of Biora Therapeutics, so I'll be exploring that a little bit. Also, BKKT Bakkt holdings was requested, going over that as well as a follow-up on Peleton, ticker symbol PTON, which I did put a video out on it, but it wasn't too popular. So, just wanted to follow up on it here. And yeah, with all of these videos, all of the tickers that I go over in this stream, I will be putting timestamps below, so you can skip to the tickers that you're most interested in. And also should note that every Sunday and Thursday, streaming evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, usually I'm a little more put together than this. I've just been cranking out videos today, and so I'm a little bit flustered, I guess, with that. But yeah, I will also be streaming likely the Airbnb and Coinbase earnings calls this week. And yeah, before I get into the charts, I do just want to, I guess, go over that with that earnings call. I did put out a poll on the community tab of the channel, and you can vote on, what you would like me to cover. It was requested that I do Airbnb and Coinbase, so that's like what I'm leaning towards. But also Robinhood is in the same day as Airbnb, and I've covered them on the channel. I have not yet covered Airbnb, so I thought I'd put that out as an option. But there's also the option of me also doing QuantumScape. I did do one video on them before, but that would be streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday earnings calls. So that might be a little much for me. But if you do want to torture me, you could vote, for that one, and I'll try to do it. Just trying to crank out as much content as possible on the channel. And, before, again, I get into the tickers, just want to go over this calendar real quick. So I've got a bunch of videos coming out on weekends, try to catch up on them. Tomorrow I will have video out on Alibaba and GameStop, and I'm going to try to take clips from, let's see, I believe Friday's stream, maybe it was Thursday's stream, from Airbnb and Coinbase to kind of do advertisements for the streaming of the earnings calls. But then, yeah, the rest of the week, it looks like Neo, SoFi is on the schedule for Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we've got ChargePoint, Tilray, and then shorting the market. I'll be doing an update on that and really going over, kind of my thought process and how to do that. So I think that should be a really useful video. And then also Thursday, going over Rocket Lab and Rumble. And then Friday, as always, AMC and Palantir has moved over to Fridays. And then starting next weekend, Fisker is the only one that's received 100 views yet. So if you'd like to see updates on PayPal, Polestar, or Lucid Motors, make sure you watch those videos. They get up to 100 views, I'll do an update. But yeah, coming back to the charts. Let's start with Peleton, because that's right here. But actually, before I get into the chart, I'm just going to throw this up here while I take a drink, because that's the kind of stream this is. Casual, fun, Sunday evening. So yeah, let's enjoy ourselves. And hopefully you were able to watch the Super Bowl. I, didn't. I was just making videos. So I don't know who's up. If you could let me know in the live chat, that would be nice to know who is winning. I'm rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs because I'm an AMC shareholder. Other than that, I don't really pay too much attention to sports. And, I would like to see the advertisements during it. So that should be cool. I wonder if there are any crypto or, any of the stocks that I've covered, advertisements going on during the Super Bowl, so I'll have to check that out after the stream. But yeah, I'm going to go over Peleton. Finally, I got to stop yapping, Okay, and so I believe I put out a video just following this big red candle, 24% drop. I think I was, excited to make a video because of that. And, I did put the $4.28 line on there for some reason. Let's see, yeah, because it was a low over here. and I thought that would be a good level to reclaim. But I also did put on the chart this downtrending channel. Got an auto axis, sorry about that. And yeah, it does look like, that's kind of, a little hand wavy there. But I was thinking it was, going to get back into that channel, possibly testing the bottom of it. So we did not see a test of that channel, the bottom of it, but we did, get a reclaim of 428, now being at a price closing Friday at $4.55. But it does look like it got rejected on the day, hitting a high of $4.69.5. Does look like it got rejected from the top of that channel. So hey, I think that was, a significant level to be paying attention to. And looking at that candle, it does look like it could be a spinning top, so that would suggest a reversal. But, it is also quite possible that Monday we get a lot of volume going into it. We could see a break above that level and maybe making our way back up to $5.56. But, I could see this coming back down to $4.28 to then really, test that, solidify that as support. Before making a better attempt at breaking this trend line, lowering that trend or attacking that trend line, at a lower price. So, I think that's what we could be seeing with Palantir. And if it does break back below $4.28, I think that could be really bad. So that would be, a key level to be paying attention to, $4.28, and then breaking above this trend line right around, $4.66, but really we want to see two closes above that trend line, confirming the breakout before we could start to see an attempt at this gap at $5.56. So, those are my thoughts on Peleton. I probably won't be releasing this as a clip video because I've just been kind of overwhelmed with the number of videos that I'm putting out and doing these live streams. So, yeah, I think I'm going to just leave this as a timestamp in this live stream, so you'll have to check that out. Hopefully that's useful. And then if I do fall behind on the schedule, or not fall behind, but if some videos end up not being so popular, then I could probably fill them in by checking out the parts of these live streams that are viewed heavily. So if a lot of people are looking at the PTON section, then, I would get the signal, oh, I should make a PTON video. Any of you rock climbers? I don't know, Peleton makes me think about rock climbing. The good old days. Don't do that anymore, but I used to. All right, and then so, I think this is not really a technical analysis question that was asked, but there was one that was asked really, about the fundamentals or kind of news regarding Biora Therapeutics and just what we might be expecting from them. And so what I see with the stock and with the company over the next couple months is they're probably going to be pretty quiet because they're doing these clinical trials. And so they probably don't really want to be fussing about with, announcements and things. They just want to see the trials go to completion and then publish the results from them. And so I expect that, the company to be fairly quiet for the next couple months. But it does look nice, that it does look reassuring that we have really taken a couple steps away from this downtrending channel that let's see, I've covered this multiple times, but that we've, that I guess that's the bad thing about drinking a carbonated beverage when streaming, excuse me. But yeah, we've resided in this channel for a long time and haven't really had any big moves out of it. We did get, a little bit here. And actually, I need to make sure the numbers are, on the line here. I have them on the y-axis. Yeah, and so it does look like we have maybe found support around the 618 level at 85.3 cents, closing the week just above that. So that does look pretty good. But yeah, I could see this as, just being a fake out from that, breaking out of that channel. And I do think that we could see, a retest of 75.6 cents. But if we don't, I'm happy with that too. I'm happy if it just kind of hangs out here for a while before making moves higher. But if it does go lower, then I would think that that's a, good dip buying opportunity. And, looking at the RSI and stuff, we do see higher lows here as well as with the price. So there's no bullish divergence there, nothing like that. So yeah, I might switch over to Chrome to look at the Biora Therapeutics website, see if they have any press releases out or any news updates. But let's see, press release, current, so that's from the 16th of January, so almost a month ago. So yeah, they've been pretty quiet, and I'm not surprised by that. But yeah, I'm just going to switch over to here and pull up Biora Therapeutics. All right, and let's see, investors, press releases. Maybe I'll also click on events and presentations. February 8th, Biora Therapeutics announces participation in Canaccord Genuity Inflammatory Bowel Disease Symposium. So they're going to be presenting at the symposium, so that's some good news. January 22nd, it looks like they're going to be participating in a fireside chat hosted by H.C. Wainwright & Co. So, I mean, I wonder if that's something that... it's possible I could stream that. I don't know. Biora is not necessarily the most popular ticker as far as the videos I put out. But we can see here that this is when they announced it, January 29th. So they already did the fireside chat. Maybe I could find that and post that on the channel. But yeah, and then, so I guess I should look at the more recent news. This, I guess, though, on January 16th, provides outlook for 2024. This could be, a nice document to reference. And I'll actually I'll put this in the chat if any of you want to look over this. So that is easy to access. And also, you can always just go to the Biora Therapeutics website and just explore what they have there. But that document should be useful. And then, yeah, I'm just going to click on this one again to see when that symposium is. That is Wednesday, February 28th, hosted virtually. But yeah, I mean, that to me seems like probably not going to be too, exciting of a presentation or anything. Just like a, science talk. But, maybe that would be of interest. Let's see. I don't know that the public will have access to that, but it's just good to know that they are presenting what they're working on. And so the chief medical officer will participate in the panel titled "The Next Evolutionary Steps in Addressing IBD," which is inflammatory bowel disease. And that's what the symposium is on. So, I think it's great that they're presenting that. And, but I don't think that there's really going to be that much like groundbreaking news or anything from them until, they've gone through the clinical trials. And then I would think that we'd see some really good news. And by then, hopefully, we're well outside of this channel. Because if not, a couple months from now, price would be a lot lower if we're still in that channel. So I do think, with time, we will be breaking out of it and maybe making some attempts at, getting back above $1 or, this red line at $1.15. So something to, be thinking about. And yeah, I see a couple people are in the chat or in the watching the stream. If you do have any requests, let me know. Happy to add them here. I'm just going over ones that were requested in comments of other videos. This one was actually requested on Twitter. The same person who requested that I go over Aquestive Therapeutics, which I think is a really interesting stock and chart. And then also Rumble requested that I go over this. And so this company, let's see here, I'm just going to pull up their profile. It's a technology company that connects the digital economy by offering a platform for crypto and redeeming loyalty points. And so really, this is like a crypto play. And I think, the question was asked with, the request for this was that, do I think that this is a squeeze play? And, for me, I think squeeze plays are pretty risky because, it squeezes up here and then it just bleeds. And, let's see. There's Bitcoin news, a lot of bullish Bitcoin news, hitting, reclaiming 48K. So I would think a stock like this would benefit from that. So I do think that there could be a rally, but yeah, let's see, I don't know if this, yeah, just going to pop up here, so this is easy. Bakkt amends quarterly filing to add ongoing concern warning. So yeah, I mean, this to me just seemed like, a stock you want to avoid because they could potentially be going bankrupt, is my understanding. And so Bakkt Holdings said that it had amended its recent quarterly filing to add a risk factor related to its ability to continue as an ongoing concern. And so, Bakkt could be bankrupt. So I think that this is a good one to avoid, not a good one to YOLO into a potential squeeze play. But, you do you. Let's see. Yeah, so the Georgia-based company, which makes technology for the cryptocurrency trading, said Thursday that its filing for the quarterly ended September 30th also was updated to add to the description of its business and related risk factors, specifically those following its acquisition of Apex Crypto. So yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot about Apex Crypto. I think that I'm not sure if it's either Robinhood or Webull, but they, I believe, use that for Bitcoin trades, stuff like that. So, I mean, I think that if they've acquired Apex Crypto, I think that that's a good thing. But I guess that there's ongoing concern. Analysis only includes plans that have been fully implemented or will likely occur as of the assessment date, according to the company. So, yeah, I mean, I think that this, I don't know, this one's a risky one, in my opinion. But really, I mean, we do have the low here, 52-week low of 64.11. Here marked as 64.1 cents. Yeah, so I got that there. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that, even though it says 64.11 cents. Just gonna leave it at that level. So it's possible there could be a double bottom form there, and that could be, a nice opportunity. But this could, of course, go lower because, I mean, we really did, see. This is like a triple bottom over here. There were rallies after that, but then finally, that was broken on the fourth bounce, and so with this being, a second try at that, maybe 64.1 cents would be a good opportunity to, establish a small position and see if there's a bounce. Because, yeah, I mean, from these bounces, what kind of gains were seen from them? So let's see, the second bounce, 65%, this one 114. Oh, just pulled out my headphone. But yeah, I mean, so this does seem like there could be a bounce, but I'd wait for, a double bottom there. And that bounce could lead to, let's say this was support here. That's probably going to be resistance. So there could be a bounce from there to that level. That could be like a 70% swing. But, price could, of course, go lower. So I mean, if I were to play this, I'd wait for it to test this level and then, maybe add in. TMC, I'd be happy to go over that. And hey, what's up, Nameless? Sorry if I don't always say hey. I'm just, read the comment and I forget to. And do I believe that metals will break out? I will look that up in just a second. I'm just going to add a couple trend lines to this that I was curious about. But yeah, I mean, I do feel like this is going to be hitting a 100% retracement. Because if we do a Fibonacci retracement here, I got to add the levels to it, I guess. Let's see. I removed them for a previous video that I made. Yeah, I mean, we're well below that 786. So I think that this is probably coming down to the 64 cents again. But, there could potentially be a bounce from there. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's much hope for this. I mean, I guess one thing that could be done is maybe a retracement from here with an extension. But that would have to be like a pretty big extension. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, maybe it could find support at like 74 cents, but I don't see that as too likely. I feel like it will probably go to 64 cents. And then let's see. I was thinking that there was a trend line I can draw that seemed kind of intriguing. Maybe a parallel. So like maybe from here. Yeah, I mean that looks intriguing to me. There's, breakouts and breakdowns from that, but a lot of price action has resided in that channel, and we do look like we've broken into it. So I don't think that's too great. And yeah, with that, I do think, we'll probably be seeing a test of 64. SUNW as well. Yeah, is that SunWorks? I believe I used to hold them a while ago. But yeah, I'll add these requests here so I don't forget. So I'm adding TMC, the metals company, cool, and SUNW. And I will go over Fisker. I did just put out a video on Fisker yesterday, I think. Yeah, SunWorks. Yeah, I did hold them for a little while. But yeah, I mean, so for me, for this one, I'm going to move on to the other tickers that were requested. But to me, banked BKKT seems very risky. But, if I were to play it, which I do not plan to, I would wait for a retest of 64, 65 cents and then wait, see about a bounce. But I would not expect it to break out of this channel from that. And so that could maybe be, let's see. I'll just do one more thing on here. If it were to bounce, like let's say here, maybe that would be a 50% swing, but I wouldn't want to hold it. I mean, I wouldn't want to hold it for even a 50% swing because I just think it's too risky because this could just keep bleeding. But yeah, I mean, I think there's something there with a potential double bottom and then this channel. But yeah, I mean, like the lows that are over here where the cursor is, we're below that now. So that's that level. I guess I'll add this here. This level right around $1.14. That is now resistance. So it's just like we keep moving below resistance and stuff. So I don't think that looks too good. All right, so the next request was TMC, which is the metal company. I do have an alert on this. I guess I did some analysis on it. I don't know what. Oh, yeah, this is just looking at MGIH. Hey, NASCAR, what's up? And hey, more money. Sorry, I didn't say hey. Let's see. MGIH. I'll add that as well. Millennium Group. Cool. All right, and so I think here what I was looking at is this was bullish divergence, and we did get, a little bit of move up, but then that was followed by, I guess, bearish divergence. So I don't know what I was doing with those, what the motivation was. But yeah, let's maybe throw up the volume profile. Yeah, so I think that because like these peaks over here and then also, this consolidation over here does make me think that this, basically coming down to like right around the current price down to, let's see, $1.20, $1.19. That seems like it could be finding support there. But not too much news on them or anything, just like weekly updates. But do I think that metals could be breaking out? Well, so the comment on MGIH, ABCD pattern after hours, similar setup to ILAG. I'll add that. And also, so I'll try to make my way through all of these, and I'll try to do it efficiently because they're piling up a little bit. But yeah, TMC, the metals company. Do I think metals could be breaking out? I don't know. I feel like copper is, I haven't looked at copper that much, but I just feel like copper is one that is potentially going to be doing poorly. Oh yeah, this is a super cool company. They basically mining from the seafloor based on what are they referred to as nodules found in the seafloor around I would think like spreading center in the Pacific Ocean. And so yeah, I mean it just seems like it's a really cool concept. And so yeah, nickel, copper, cobalt, manganese, and then So these do have applications with EVs and batteries in general. So yeah, do I think it could be breaking out? I think that it could be finding support down to, man, let's see. Yeah, if you take a step back, then the volume shelf gets a little bit bigger. Let's see. I mean, just like $1, I think that's a pretty psychological level. But thinking about where that volume shelf is and the dip over here, like 104 there, and then also does look like maybe from this low. Yeah, from here, there's a good amount of consolidation within this region. So I do think that, while this volume shelf, we're going to be breaking into these lower levels, I do think that there's a lot of consolidation there that will be acting as support. Let's see. Let's look at this on a weekly time frame. Yeah, so let's see. So yeah, I mean, I think that, do I think this could be breaking out? Maybe from like over here, there's a trend line. Yeah, so I mean, there was like a fake out over there. Right here. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that this could be bouncing up to like right around $1.40. And then if it can break above these levels, get above this and then test that as support, I think that could be happening. And just from this down move here, let's see, it's below this level, but yeah, maybe from here, something there. Now it does look like it's kind of below some fib levels. Maybe if I just do this quick retracement. So maybe, yeah, I mean, I think finding support around like $1.20. And so maybe that would be like a good dip buying opportunity or like reevaluate level. But yeah, I think that it looks like it's probably pretty close to support. But yeah, I don't necessarily, nothing really stands out to me with it other than, these levels and this consolidation there that I think will be acting as support. So yeah, I mean, hopefully, I guess look for, I mean, if it gets a close below 119, that'd probably be, I mean, if it gets two closes below 119, that might be kind of bearish. But also there's this like lip here that could be serving as support. So see, I don't know. Nothing like stands out to me about this. But yeah, ooh, maybe something does over here. Yeah, I mean, so that does look like it's a level that might be revisited as support. So I think that's potentially bearish. If it does get a couple closes below 119, I mean, it's possible that would be the bottom, but it is possible that it could be, continuing notably lower. But yeah, it's a really interesting company, but I just don't feel too confident about the chart. But I guess maybe here there's speaking of like trend lines and stuff, it looks like it's potentially at that level. I don't think that's like a head and shoulders or anything, but maybe that would act as support. So something to think about. Yeah, I will look at HOLO, or should I say HOLO? It's funny. I pronounce things funny as tickers, but short for hologram. But yeah, I can definitely look over that. I am just going to go over SunW, Fisker, and then a few that you requested, and then I'll get on to HOLO. So let's see. The next one, SunW, SunWorks. Man, yeah, so I have this blue line up here. I guess these blue lines up here. This is, I guess I was trading it in these ranges before. But yeah, I'm just going to delete those because not too useful for, well, actually maybe that one is because there's all this support there and that's like a level it's going to have a hard time getting back to. So let's see here. SunW went up. Now I know why you want to see this one more money because up 87%, over 87% on the day Friday. Yeah, I mean, maybe it could be, I mean, it did fill that gap, but maybe this high here, or the close here of 88.7 cents, maybe that could be acting as a level of support right here. I mean, let's see. 87 cents, yeah, or 8.7 cents. See, I mean, maybe that's a level that it would find some support at because you got these overlaps of, or really, you know, maybe the high of that day too. The high is, you know, 10 cents. I mean, that's also being a psychological level. So yeah, right there. So maybe those are dip buying opportunities, but it did close pretty low for the day. Look at after hours, it continued to go down a little bit, about 1%. But yeah, within this range, it does line up with that volume shelf there because you got this overlap of these wicks. And then getting lower than that, you have a little more consolidation. So yeah, I mean, maybe this would pop again. But it did fill that gap, so it's kind of like mission accomplished there. But yeah, I'm surprised to see this one at such a low price because it used to be higher than 10 cents. But yeah, I could see it finding support here and maybe making another attempt up. But I think that it could also just bleed. So I would think this is too risky for me to want to partake in. But, you know, I think 10 cents or 8.7 cents could be nice entries for a dip and then another rally. But with that, you know, I don't think it looks really that strong because, you know, we did get this pop up and then, you know, this close, open above, close well below that high. But I do think that high could be a good level to pay attention to. That's at 15 cents. And so I would think that it would have a hard time getting back above that level or closing above that level. I think it would be pretty impressive if it could close above 15 cents. But I don't think that that's necessarily going to happen. So, but yeah, I mean, it could get another wick up to that level. So maybe, you know, an entry at 10 cents and an exit at 15 cents. Maybe that could be a good swing. But, you know, they could also lose all your money. And then Fisker. I'll go over that real briefly because I did just put a video out on it. Lots of stuff on it. Yeah, what did I say in the video? Let's see. I mean, to be honest, I think if you want my best perspective on Fisker, I just watch that video because I go over what I went over the previous week and then I draw up these lines, add some of them during the video. But this, yeah, I mean, it is just consolidating here. I think I might have included a sandwich in Ed's thought bubble because it just reminded me of, you know, a sandwich with this consolidation here. You know, lettuce, tomato, lettuce, tomato. And yeah, I think that, you know, it is encouraging that it has gotten outside of this, what looks like the downtrending resistance that I put out. But, you know, this also does look like it is a descending triangle. Those tend to break to the downside. So it's quite possible that the move that we saw on Friday was a fake out. So, you know, I would not be jumping on anything with this right now. But I do think that, you know, it has been impressive that it's respected like 75 cents. And so, you know, but it has like dipped to like below 74 cents. So that those could have been really nice dip buying opportunities if it is to break out. But it, you know, it could very well be breaking down. But there is a lot of, I think, news coming up for Fisker at the end of the month as far as earnings, stuff like that goes. So I do think that this does have potential to be going a lot higher. I think somebody in the comments, I haven't responded to it yet, said something about it going to 2 by the end of the month. And so, you know, always, you know, 2, yes, but first tackle 1. And so I could see it going up to 1 by the end of the month, but closing above 1 is going to be pretty tricky. So yeah, I mean, if it does continue to consolidate like this, that might be bearish consolidation and that it would be breaking down. Because if it consolidates for such a long time and volume isn't able to pick up to launch it up, then eventually, you know, the floor is just going to be dropped from it, and it's just going to go down. And then so the next one, MGIH, is what I will look at. And this is Hong Kong company. And so, yeah, the ABCD pattern, that's something that I need to review. One of the books that I do plan on reading is on, like the, what's it called? The, I'm drawing a blank. Something Vitch. Yeah, whatever pattern, I forget. I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, you were saying that pattern after hours, similar setup with this other one. So I'll put it on the 10-minute time frame. And so yeah, this does look like it could be a bullish flag, a bull flag. And so I guess, you know, as far as like stop losses and trading this goes, I don't really do stuff in the after hours. I tend to think it kind of, you know, is kind of a distraction from what's actually going to happen during the market. So it goes up during the after hours only to rug pull people when the market opens. But yeah, I see this low here at like 191. Is that right? Yeah, 191. And so I would think that would be like a level to have a stop loss at if you were to trade this. If this is a bull flag, I mean, really you could think of it as a bull flag from, yeah, I guess I'll draw some lines here. It's like from this high here, connecting, I don't know. Let's see, and then whoosh, there's a little flag. Yeah, let's see, maybe it does look like that it's moving up there with the support. But yeah, I mean at $1, after hours, sorry. After hours 225, it's you know, right here, and then 191. That's a pretty, like, it doesn't seem like a lot, but from current price, it's a 15% drop. So yeah, I mean, maybe this is a bullish consolidation, bull flag, and this does break to the upside. So I mean, you know, maybe it's worth getting a small position and just having a stop loss at 191. But also, I don't think stop losses work during the after hours. So this could be, there could be a pullback following it. I guess what's the news that, yeah, there's not much news on it. You know, the profile is a company mainly engaged in provision of paper-based packaging solutions. The company is engaged in the design and production of packaging products, corrugated products, and others. In addition, the company is engaged in the supply chain management business. So yeah, I mean, what are reasons why that would be appealing? Supply chain, like I feel like that would have been really appealing during the pandemic and stuff. But yeah, I do think that this does look like a bull flag. I have been wrong in calling them out. Also, it does look like, you know, bullish stuff going on. We do have higher highs formed in the price and lower highs formed in the RSI here. I believe that's hidden bullish divergence. And so, yeah, I mean, this does look pretty good. I would just want to have risk management, and I think that could be achieved at, you know, a stop loss at 190 or 191. But if that is crossed during the pre-market, you know, then, you know, could be opening back here at like $1.10, and then that's you know, a 50% loss. So I think this one's pretty risky, but it does look like it is bullish, and so I would just have safety precaution there around 191. But yeah, this is not one that I would partake in. But I am curious to see what it looked like during the pandemic. It doesn't go back that far. Yeah. Whoa. It's gone up that high. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Good amount of volume here. What happened the last time there was a good amount of volume? This is not a gap up, but it, you know, it did have another attempt at going higher. So I mean, yeah, wait to see what it's doing in the pre-market, but if it's still around this level, maybe it would continue higher. But, you know, with price being around here, yeah, that is above all of this consolidation. So maybe, maybe, Don't want that. I want horizontal. Yeah, like where we see the volume shelf. We do some wicks, some candles that go above it, it looks like. But, you know, this part of the volume shelf, it's kind of dying down there. But if price opens above that, it could find a lot of support there, or at least maybe a lot of support around $2, just being a psychological level. So, yeah, that's another thing to consider with it. But yeah, I mean, it could definitely pull back a lot. And so ILAG, look at that one. That is, let's see, I'll look at this in a 10-minute time frame. Yeah, so exactly, this is, let's see, where did it switch from post-market to after hours to pre-market? So yeah, that was right here. So then it might open up high like ILAG and then bleed and then, you know, not get a rally up. So that's, you know, why I would think this one's pretty risky, because it might just, you might have already missed it. It might open higher and then bleed. So I would think that's one to avoid. Because yeah, I mean, if you do have, let's see, if you do have a stop loss here, it's going to open up below that. It opened up below that. And so your sell order would be filled right away. But then you would have had an opportunity to sell a little bit higher. So it seems a little too risky to me, those two. See, VCIG, got that here. And what did you say about this one? Another investing Malaysian stock. Okay. Yeah. So this actually happened though during market hours, so that's a little more encouraging. Let's see. Did get a close, you know, right around the top of this volume shelf. So maybe that's a tough level to get above, because you got all this consolidation here. But yeah, I mean, during market hours at least, maybe we could do it in the hour chart. Yeah, I mean, with this, stop loss could be at the low here at 101 or $1. It's a 10% loss potential. But at least this is during market hours, and it does look like it is a bull flag, although it is kind of steep. I mean, if I go like that, yeah, pretty steep. But maybe that's something. But yeah, all of these seem pretty risky. And so yeah, we'll pull up HOLO. Yeah, so when did I go over this last? 7th was... So yeah, I think this would have been during one of the live streams. I forget which one. But yeah, this was Thursday up here, so it was Thursday's live stream. It's like, yeah, I mean, seems like it's gonna pull back. But it could be consolidating before another rally up, another attempt higher. So I could see that. I feel like a lot of these stocks, whenever you see a big run up, there's usually a little bit of a sell off, and then it goes back up. And I think part of the reason for that, I feel like I learned this from like Bitcoin, is that, you know, it rallies up a bunch and people get really excited by it, and then shorts pull it down. But then, you know, it's like, then they take profits, and it's like, well, we could probably get another group of bulls to rally it up higher for them to buy the top and then short it down, or just, you know, offload shares. So I do think that there could definitely be another attempt at like $35, or even potentially higher than 41.53. And let's see, I'm just going to do, I don't know how useful this will be, because this is so crazy. Get it? Right from there up to the top here at 53. And see, it did close right around the 50%, really just like attempting the 618. So I don't know that if it will come back to that. It seems like the close on the 7th at $18. $18 is potentially, a level to buy the dip, or, maybe if you really want to FOMO into it, the low on Friday was 1876. So maybe it's, going to come down here. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the low. Maybe it's going to rally up. But yeah, I mean, this could also just sell off. Let's see what's going on in the after hours with it. Yeah, so this also, does look like it could be a bull flag, and that maybe it's not even going to go back to the 618. That would be at 1679. So yeah, I mean, I could see that, like, let's see, what's price at? That's oh yeah, and this, looking at this on the after hours, I could extend this up higher. So yeah, I mean, it might be hey, I mean, this makes sense. Looking at the after hours, basically, I adjust this to the low there. I'm just going to do it to the penny just because I find it interesting and it's easy to be off a little bit on this scale. $51. Yeah, well, it does look like it's broken below that 618 then. So it's, I mean, but that could be a fake out. I don't know, because it's after hours. But yeah, I mean, this could definitely be running up to make an attempt at 51. And so that is, more than 100% swing. If I had more, fun money and stuff, maybe I'd buy like one share to see if it can go up 148%. But yeah, I mean, it seems just pretty risky. All of these pretty volatile ones seem pretty risky, especially like, I feel like it's always good to like kind of know the company and know how the stock moves. And so just like really getting exposed to these on these big moves up, it's kind of tough because I don't really, know how the stock moves, or I'm not like tied into it like emotionally how the stock moves. But this does look like it could be a bull flag, and that it could be breaking back up to $51 around there. So yeah, I think that's an interesting one. If I had more money to throw around, I'd partake, but I'm not going to. So let's see. Can we also analyze HOLO move from last week? I wasn't aware that leverage accounts dropped to 2-to-1, holding it after hours. That could explain the squeeze at 350 with shorts developing. Yeah, that could. Yeah, the short squeeze that they're, yeah. And yeah, and then also too, I think it's interesting that you mentioned that. Let's see what the, look at the 10-minute time frame. On the day that it did squeeze up, let's see, it closed, let's see, it closed the day at a price of, let's see, $18. So yeah, I mean, I would think that $18 is a potential entry point if you want to risk it. But that makes sense with this, and also one of the retracements I was doing before, I think. $18 does seem like it could be a good level to enter with, proper safety precautions. And so SunW is a bankruptcy play. It was down to 3 cents, I believe. SunW, yeah, 3.64 cents is the, let's see, all-time low. Yep, that was during market hours. Yeah, but with that, does look like maybe there's a trend line there. Looking in the 10-minute time frame. Let's go from the low here up to these. Yeah, I mean, it does look like it's at that trend line. Could be breaking below it though, but maybe that's a fake out. See, I mean, just like that's really like connecting the low to the whatever this price is, 5.2 cents. And that does seem like it could be a level of support, but price could be breaking below it. Also, this level that I marked as, having some consolidation there, it's in that. So it could be finding support right around where it's at. So it could be a nice level price to enter at. But if it's a bankruptcy play, that would be just like squeezes that could potentially happen. But it could be like Bed Bath and Beyond that squeezes and stuff. It's exciting, but now it's delisted off the market. So let's see. Next comment. HOLO has added big momentum into Chinese/Hong Kong stocks. HKIT ran 800% the day after. Just have a feeling they may target either MGIH or VCIG early pre-market tomorrow for a squeeze up. Let's see. I'm going to look at HKIT. Oops. Man. Wow. That's one. That's what's going on over here. I don't like how spotty this is. But it does seem like it's picked up a lot more. But yeah, this was $1. Let's look at the daily chart first. Wow. Man. 1,000% from the low. So looking at 10-minute before. This does seem like it's consolidated and that might be at support. Yeah, I mean, this is, this wouldn't be even, you could have fun with this and not even risk $20. And this is listed on the NASDAQ. But yeah, this big squeeze up, consolidating. Maybe there will be another one with this. And so thinking about this and relating it to like these other ones. Yeah, I mean, this could just be the beginning. Man, maybe I should pick one of these and just buy like one share and see what happens. But yeah, every time I've done that, every time I've done like a YOLO play that I've learned about from streaming, I end up not making very much, well, not making a very much percentage amount and risking a little bit. But yeah, so, I mean, which one of these is most intriguing? I mean, this is listed on the NASDAQ. I'd have to buy 100 shares of that to partake. This one at, $2, potential pullback to 190. Could buy one share of that. That's listed on the NASDAQ. ILAG, yeah, not that one. HKIT. Yeah, so of those, let's see, what's this? At $1. 8. Yeah, so I guess of these, are these all like Malaysia for HCIG? This one, this is this one Chinese or I'm not sure. Intelligence Group Company, Mechanical Locks. It's the United States, domestic market and overseas markets, including the United States. Oh, the company produces locks in domestic market. But yeah, and then the other one Yeah, this is Chinese. Are they all Chinese or Asian location? Let's see. Yeah, of these, I mean, if I were to, buy one share just to have some fun with it, um, I think it would be either with this one, MGIH, with a dip at 190. So maybe that gets filled, maybe it doesn't. Um, and from this one's run up, it does look like here, it opened up actually right around that level. So maybe that wouldn't even dip. So maybe this would just run up. So maybe 225 on that one. This. Yeah, I mean maybe there's something here, but I think that they're all pretty risky. So, but you could potentially, double your money and risk only a couple dollars. So maybe that's a fun thing to do. But I don't typically uh, play stuff like this. I did like back in the pandemic when I was like really getting into the market and stuff. I do stuff like this and it was really exhilarating. But then it's like make a lot of money, but then continue to do that, but eventually they fail and then lose a lot of money. And so yeah, but doing like one share or something with these, I think would be interesting. Hey, more money. Yeah. I hope if you're leaving, take care. But if you got another request, I've been taking a lot from NASCAR, so happy to go over another one from you if you got one. But let's see. One of them could run to 20 plus by 5 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah. So one of these. Yeah. I mean, it seems like. Let's see. This ran up from like a dollar. Let's see. 10-minute. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could, 10x, turn that a couple dollars into $20. So that would be pretty cool. Maybe after the stream, I might place a buy order for one share of one of those just to see what happens. And, no big deal. Um, but yeah, it's like risk is really high, so I wouldn't want the exposure to be very high. And so pre-market, if you, all right, 250 to around $25 early pre-market a few days after top squeeze in May 2023. I wonder if they go after the one again. Like VCIG ran. So that's, we're talking about May. Yeah, so this one, I guess. Yeah, well, crazy. Um, yeah, so this seems like it's a squeeze play. It seems like they tend to happen a lot. I got to move that over. 800%. Yeah, let's see. Let's connect the I guess that would not be useful. But connect the closes here. This is probably not going to be useful. Maybe it could be going up there. Maybe it could be going up to $6 or something. $5, $6. Not useful. Yeah, let's see. Well, HKIT would be the bullish case for playing MGIH early pre-market. HKIT ran from 269 to 775 pre-market on the 8th. Yeah, between the 7th and 8th went from. Yeah, but this is like, entering, the start of trading. So like, yeah, so you have this flag, and so it's like you want to wait for it to come down to this level, but really just getting in there, and then even in pre-market it could run up almost 100%, and then again, yeah, 3x. So that's bullish case for playing MGIH early pre-market. So yeah, I mean what I might find intriguing is to, it's possible I'll be up when the market opens, or when the pre-market opens. But yeah, maybe, buy a share at 225, and if that gets filled, cool. Maybe I lose 225, but maybe that gets turned into $7, $8, or $5 maybe. That'd be fun. But I'd want to be able to laugh about it. I wouldn't want to be sweating over it. For the record, I played HKIT at 90 cents during the day before it squeezed after hours. I didn't hold for a big gain. Yeah, so like I feel like for me, it's like to hold for such big gains. That's like, I mean, I need to have such a small position that I'm not concerned about it at all. And so yeah, I think that's kind of the funny thing. You want to hold for big gains, but you're gonna screw up the trade being too emotional if you have too many shares. So really, to make that much of a percentage move, you're not gonna be like risking that many shares, or at least I wouldn't be. I'd have a hard time doing that. MGIH is Hong Kong, cool. Yeah, so I mean, of these, this one looks more intriguing to me than VCIG just because of how like spotty it is. But yeah, this. Let's see. Let's look at the history of it. Yeah, it's got all these squeezes up as well. So yeah, I mean, but then if it opens up at 225 and then returns down to here, it does seem like, yeah, I mean, when it does have these squeezes. But yeah, I guess this would be like a pre-market type of thing. Yeah, run up and then draw down. This one had a few spikes. This, yeah, I mean, here, run up, pull back, run up. Yeah, and I mean, it's unfortunate that it's already up here now. And none of these really formed by gapping up. And so this would be a pretty clear gap up. And so looking at HKIT, pretty clear gap up and pullback. Yeah, definitely interesting. I feel like it could be a little risky though. Yeah, and it's been an hour. I'll take some more requests if you guys got them for different tickers, so I'm not just going over the same ones over and over. But I might add. I need to do a video on Airbnb. Thinking about doing their earnings call and Coin. But I think I might just take clips from the stream that I did most recently on them because I really just don't have that much time to be making new videos. But yeah, Coinbase, I've done a lot of analysis on this. And really, I just want to, in that video, just point out that somebody told me to get wrecked, suggesting that it's a good time to short Coinbase. I may put out the video here after this day, and it was a good time to short them. And I didn't short them. I didn't buy puts or anything. But yeah, with this, I don't know. I just did put out a video on CleanSpark, CLSK, and notice this like inverse head and shoulders within an inverse head and shoulders. And so it just seems like really strong. And so I'm kind of wondering, maybe Bitcoin won't be topping around like 50K before pulling back. And maybe that's, just what I'm seeing in CleanSpark, that we're just, at the beginning of continued rallies in crypto space. But yeah, with this, I mean, it did pull back to the 618. So I do think that's good. But getting rejected at the 382, I think it could be settling around 132 with earnings coming up on the 15th, so it's Thursday. Yeah, this doesn't look too good going into earnings, but maybe this is like a, not an abandoned baby because it's lower. I don't know what this is. Is that a evening star? Or yeah, I need to. I'm always trying to learn better the patterns and stuff. But yeah, that does seem like it's going to be coming back. And Airbnb, I just did really quick analysis on this during the last stream. I did, went over it. But yeah, this could be, putting in some tops here. But yeah, I mean, what's like Airbnb, really good during the actually not good during the pandemic, good after the pandemic. People are traveling, people are getting antsy, people are getting out. But now I feel like things are tightening a little bit, especially following the holidays. People don't have a lot of money to be spending on, travel and stuff. But maybe there is this inverse head and shoulders here that, how can I line this up? I feel like from here, take it from there and then, nah, I don't know. I don't think that's clean enough. But maybe. Yeah, and so where would that put price? If we were to take a measurement from here to the top, that is, let's see, the stupid thing's in the way. It's a almost 43% move, or $43 move. And so from the neckline break, this also does look like, kind of an ugly cup handle. Retest of that. And so maybe that could be going up to $192, 193, and yeah, maybe I might have to do a video on Airbnb tomorrow, and then I'll probably just do a clip on Coinbase. Yeah, maybe I do that on Wednesday. I don't know. But yeah, this does seem like it could be pretty good. What are people saying about it? 162 is what they're saying. Why do they say 162? Let's see, so that's that extension. Maybe I could do retracement from this one. And I think that's probably why they're saying 162. So yeah, I think that's intriguing. I think that's intriguing. Yeah, it's like why did they pick 162? Probably because of this. Unless there's something else going on with it. Stands out. Volume, a little bit of a volume pickup there from this consolidation over here. But yeah, I could see that moving. I could see that moving up to 162 after earnings. So yeah, so I'll have to put out a video that could suggest that as, an upwards target, potentially, going crazy with 182. But then also going over some downside possibilities. Try to do this less cluttered. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna wrap this up because I've got work tomorrow, and I do need to finish uploading CGC and eat dinner. I was gonna eat dinner before the stream, but I was too busy editing and didn't want to stop. So yeah, I should think about, I'm just gonna pull up this calendar. So Airbnb tomorrow, I don't think that's gonna be a clip. I think that I will do a real video on that. I don't think I'll have time for Coinbase. And so maybe I could do Tuesday, there's the live stream, so that's gonna be a tight day. 3 videos on this date, man. Yeah, so I'll leave Coinbase there, but I'm probably just gonna do that as a clip, which are marked in the blue. yeah, and then I can also pull up, let's see, the calendar here, or the poll. I don't know if anybody else has voted in it. Cool. Yeah, I'm relieved. QuantumScape, that would just tire me out. And I'm really excited. I was actually thinking about just doing it because of the S&P 500 hitting 5,000, closing above it, following up on the shorting that I was talking about. So I think that's going to be a really useful video, just kind of going over my strategy with it, which might end up being bad, but it's just like slow accumulation of shares, and then the expectation that things will be going up, 18 to 200%. So that should be a really cool video. But yeah, then tomorrow I've got Alibaba, GameStop. We're going to try to do an Airbnb video and then a Coinbase clip. So I should be able to do that. I think that's feasible. But yeah, I'm probably going to wrap this up. And yeah, thank you all for joining. If you haven't liked it, make sure you do like it. And, always great to hear from you guys in the live chat and the comments. I've been a little bit slow to respond to comments lately just because trying to crank out the videos, and it's just some of the comments I got to put a lot of thought into responding to them, and so it can be tough. But yeah, and of course, subscribe if you're not already. And then I will be streaming again, it looks like, on Tuesday for the Airbnb earnings call. We'll probably take some requests after it, but I might have to call that short just so I can make the other videos in the schedule for that day. And then we'll be streaming again for 2 times on Thursday, actually, for the Coinbase earnings call and then also for Ticker Request Live. So it's going to be a busy week. I'm thinking that by the end of February, the channel will be monetized. So I'm really excited about that. And I'll share, what that means, how much it means, for the first payment of being monetized. I can't imagine it'll be a lot, but I think it'll be a nice little bonus, and just doing this not just for fun, but also to be getting paid a little bit every month. So that will be cool to go over. So that's why I'm really just trying to crank out videos and stuff to make February a strong month. But yeah, I'm gonna get on to eating dinner and getting out that CGC video. So that should be a pretty cool one. It does look pretty bearish though, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to be taking off. I'll stream again Tuesday, and then I'll have some more videos out tomorrow. So thanks a lot for joining, guys. Thanks for the requests. And I will see about, maybe YOLOing in 1 share for this to see, what happens with it, because might as well. But yeah, do not recommend that. All right, take care.